You want to have a sense of the joints relaxing. There's a sense of the vascular system relaxing. Your mind relaxes, your mind's calm. You want to have a sense that your elbow is connected to your spine. So the shoulder blades move the arms. As the shoulder blades move the arms, the elbows come away from the spine. And you want to feel the elbows connecting to the spine. So as the arms rise and fall, you want to maintain that connection with the elbows and your spine. Relax your shoulders. Relax the ribs, so the ribs feel like they're dropping into your pelvis, into your knees, into your ankles and your feet. Mechanically, this movement, it's, you know, the ribs are moving. The movement is helping you to breathe. Right? This movement of the arms rising and falling, keeping the shoulders relaxed, moving the shoulder blades, keeping the elbows connected to the spine. It's like a bellows, like this is mechanically pumping the lungs. And you want to see how relaxed you can get with this. So we're lengthening the tissues in the body, and we get the lengthening from relaxing the nervous system. So everyone just hold your arms out. So can you relax with the arms forward, keeping the shoulders relaxed, relaxing the shoulder blades, feeling the ribs dropping and sinking into the hips. So just like standing, relax your nervous system. Relax the soft tissues in the body, and as the tissues release, can you feel more length starting to happen? Yeah, exactly. And as the tissues release, relax your joints, so you start feeling the joints starting to open. So can you get a sense of more space opening up in the body? Where your hands are in space, your hands actually start to project a little more forward from this release. Can you relax enough where you actually feel your vascular system relaxing and there's more warmth moving through the arms? You know, like when we're here, you can kind of feel that, right? The nervous system, the soft tissues, the joints. So as you inhale and this comes forward, can you still maintain that? Can you maintain that? Where does it start? Where do you start feeling things tightening up? So, you know, just stop at that point and exhale, let the arms drop. You want to have a sense of relaxing everything inside the body. You know, relax your internal organs, basically. So elbows come away from the spine and they stay away from the spine. We're looking at having the arms and legs connect back into the spine because we're looking at whole body movement. Yeah, we're integrating the body so that everything in the body is in motion, everything's connected. This thing with the elbow coming away from the spine helps to maintain the connection with the arms of the spine. You need to get the legs to connect back to the spine. So we're looking at being able to release the psoas muscle. So as we're standing, can you relax the spine and the lower back so you feel like your tailbone actually starts to drop into the ground? So the Chinese call this area of the body the qua, the inguinal creases. You want to have a sense that this front part of the body relaxes and opens. So this relaxes and opens, and the lower back needs to relax. It's almost like Body's, our spine's upright, the head's suspended from above, the ribs are dropping. You want to feel everything from this level here where your diaphragm is. You want to feel everything from here dropping to your feet. And if you're successful with that, you're going to feel the lower back start to lengthen. You know, the lower back starts to release, and the sacrum actually starts to drop and drop into the ground or extend towards your feet. And you should feel a connection from the spine through your legs right into your feet. How's everyone doing with this? So our weight is shifting from the balls of the foot to the heel. Can you let the lower back release so the tailbone drops? The dropping of the tailbone is going to get your weight into the ball of the foot. And then release that, and it should move back into your heel. So we're letting the lengthening, the releasing of the lower back cause the shifting on the bottom of your feet. Maybe a little more technical from a Chinese medical point of view. What we're looking at doing is putting pressure into the ball of the foot to activate kidney 1. So there's an acupuncture point on the ball of the foot. As the weight shifts forward and back, we're activating different energy channels in the body. When the lower back relaxes and opens, it opens the acupuncture point in the lumbar spine called Mingmen. So this is a really big acupuncture point. It's translated as the gate of life, or the gate of life and death. So Mingmen has a direct correlation with the kidneys. So letting the psoas relax and open, the lower back's going to open, the lumbar vertebrae going to start to separate and open. That'll open up Mingmen. Your weight's going to drop right into your feet, and you're looking at for that weight drop right into bubbling well point, into kidney bone.
Is it also pelvic tilt?
You're going to get this pelvic tilt naturally from that releasing. That's a real good question, you know, because people read the classics, Tai Chi classics, and it talks about that. So what a lot of people do is they just force their pelvis down without releasing the back, and then you can hurt yourself. So by allowing the lower back to release, by releasing psoas, you get that lengthening, and the pelvis naturally drops and tilts, you know, without any effort or strain. So like, I think it was last week I mentioned that there's a friend of mine who does Tai Chi here. He's a construction guy, and his Tai Chi teacher says, go lower, take a wider stance, go lower, with that tail drop, and it just screwed up his back. I mean, he does construction work. He's a carpenter. He needs his body to do his work, but that just screwed his back up for years.
Should be that way, because as I'm feeling it's stretching, I'm feeling like my pelvis is tilting.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if that was correct.
But you feel natural that is, rather than forcing that. Right. So we're using the sense of releasing, letting go, relaxing the nervous system to allow the body to open back up. This is where the knees, where you start rising and going up and down.
Say again.
So earlier you asked about the knees.
Yes.
So I don't know. So as you inhale, exhale, you can start bending your knees, but what's happening here is not the knees. You're getting your butt to go towards the ground. It's like you're sitting in a chair.
So think that, not the knees.
It's not the knees. It's like you're sitting in a chair. Again, it's the psoas muscle. Because I can move my knees, right? I'm just hinging the joint, but I'm not affecting the pelvis and hips. I'm not
It's like a
affecting.
subtle pseudo squat.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm not affecting psoas at all. So if I sit into my legs, that's going to activate psoas. This doesn't.
And it feels better to do it more.
Right.
It's a really tall chair.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you're sitting in a chair. The feeling is like you're sitting in a chair rather than flexing the knees. You know, and again, our lymphatic system, there's like lots of lymphatic tissue in this part of the body. So this movement is like physically pumping the body. I mean, technically, the way the movements are done, you can think of this as a practice of hydraulics, where we're literally pressurizing the body to move fluids around inside of our body from how we're doing the movement.
Can you say that again, please?
So one way of thinking of the practice is that this is a practice of hydraulics. So the way we're moving our bodies through space, we're basically turning our body into a giant pump. So there's this constant pumping going on inside the body. And that pumping is massaging all the tissues in your body. Because I can do movement and not get that pumping. I can do something like that. I'm moving the body, but I'm not pumping anything. But if I get this movement from the claw, that's going to create a pumping. Moving from the shoulders is going to create a pumping. So I can just move my hands. I don't get that pump.
I feel all this heat.
Exactly. So the form is super simple. Right? We're just inhaling, exhaling. The arms are moving. I'm getting this rising and falling. Simple movement pattern, but it's doing something inside the body. I mean, there's other Qigong forms where the movement patterns are complex, and you're trying to do these same things in those complex patterns.
Oh, thank you.
How are we doing?
So is that you're getting the Kaifa? Are you doing the Kaifa stuff?
Not yet.
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
In terms of opening, it's not. But the pumping.
Oh, it's in there,
Yeah.
right? Like these are your cavities. Right? We're getting a compression, expansion. This posture here is three-dimensional. Right? My hands go that way. I get that lateral opening, but because I have this rotation, my shoulder, I'm going backwards, and this is spreading. I'm getting an opening, three-dimensional plane.
Okay. So
And
you're
that,
always open.
and that's going to open up the neck, the chest, the shoulders, the back. Right? We're letting the ribs sink. Right? So the ribs are sinking, and then we're doing this movement. So the ribs should be doing this. Right? The ribs move in that three-dimensional plane.
So we can let go of A to B, like this to that, that to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I said, I'm so new.
I
Like,
mean,
oh my
visually-
God, this is so different.
Visually, it looks like that, right?
Yeah, but it's
Up and
not.
down.
Yeah, but it's not. It's actually,
It's three-dimensional.
Yeah, it's like that. Okay, that's great to know because we don't use these senses in everyday movement, but
Mhm.
it makes sense.
And then you're trying to get that inside the body. So this connection with the elbows and the spine, that's going to allow the pressure to go inside the body. So again, we're massaging the internal organs. So my connection with the psoas into my legs and the arms, it creates these vectors where it pulls on different points to compress the internal organs.
Are you thinking about the center point when you?
Ultimately, it's going to be in the center of everything, the center of the internal organ, the center of the joint. see if I can demonstrate that. Right, so I can do movement, right? But nothing's happening in my torso, right? Nothing's connected. But you see that difference?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, so the inside of my body's moving versus
Yeah. So there is the core, and then
right.
and then
Can you see there's something moving in my body? Right, so it's not the movement pattern, right? It's how we're doing the movements.
The sensation you go like inside your belly and move from there when you start like rotating like the move or like relaxing into it. Let's see.
You know, the process is going to go from outside in,
Oh, okay.
right? Because we're moving our arms and legs, right? So as the arms start moving, that's going to start going deeper and deeper into the body. And then after a while, you just go from the inside out.
It's almost like you activate the core through the movement, and eventually your core is lit up. And
Yeah.
it's
Then it moves from the inside out. Yeah, but you can kind of see how this is a pressurization. Right? I'm pressurizing, I'm massaging the internal organs.
So that pumping is important.
The pumping is important. We're moving chi in the body, we're moving fluids in the body. It's mechanically pumping the organ, you're mechanically pumping fluids. You're mechanically moving energy in the body. And so again, that relationship with structure and function, right? We're trying to open everything up and have everything in the proper place, so that if something's out of alignment, it's not going to restrict the movement. It's not going to restrict the circulation.
So it needs to happen with the least resistance way.
Exactly. So the tensions in the body, the tensions in the nervous system restrict that. Right? Like if you have physical restrictions like scar tissue, there's an injury, it's going to restrict that. So the movements are designed to open up the body, open up scar tissue.
So that means once you turn off the nervous system, will that affect is it the quickest way to reduce the tension in your body is turn off the nervous system first, and then start
the nervous system is your axis.
It's releasing it, though.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
It's a releasing.
Oh, releasing, turn off.
Yes, it's a releasing, not a turning off.
Okay, so the nervous system is on, but
Right.
you don't fire and wire all those
Right.
crazy
You're not triggering stress response.
Right. Okay,
Because
so
we-
you're turning on different hormones. Or, or
You-
different
No.
hormone.
You can look
Yeah,
at this.
protein.
You can look at this as a neurological exercise.
Mm.
You're exercising your nervous system. You know, in Western culture, everything's a push. Everything is stress. Everything is right. So we're turning off the stress response. Right, sedating sympathetic nervous system, moving from our parasympathetic nervous system. Yin and yang, being able to flip between sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system easily and smoothly, where one's not locked. You know, so we're using movement and breathing to help us do that. Right?
Then it eventually helps the movement to expand easily.
Right? A Chinese doctor would use herbs and acupuncture. We're doing it inside ourselves with our intent, with the mind and the breath and movement. No needles.
It is the meditation practice in the end.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah, it is.
You know, so the need to relax your mind. Because you're trying to feel into your body. If your mind is tight, if your nervous system is just jacked up, you can't feel in your body. Right? The tension in the nervous system creates static, and you can't feel. And that buzz in the nervous system also affects the chi flows. So your energy is not moving smoothly. So you feel that rattliness inside. You know, there's restriction, there's static. Right? So we're doing these movements. So everything's smooth, everything's quiet. Yeah, there's no buzz. There's channels going from Mingmen right into the lower Dandian and the kidneys. Or like in Chinese medicine, if there's pain or discomfort in the body, this is a place in your body where your circulation is not fully open. That's why there's pain and discomfort. Because if it was fully open, there'd be no pain and discomfort.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is all good stuff.
So the second movement, the form, you're going to inhale and arms come to the side. So this is your inhale, here's your exhale. So your breath drives this. So if we're practicing as a group, you know, we're going to start moving at different speeds based on your breathing.
I mean, is there foot rocking on the arm opening as well?
Yes,
Is there a rock?
same thing. So as you inhale, come up to the balls of the feet.
And stay in the balls as you
Stay in the balls to here. As you exhale, you know, come back to neutral. And as the arms drop, your weight goes into the heel. So everything we did previously, you're doing here. Just your arms are moving in a different direction. So as you inhale, arms separate. You're not moving from the hand, right? This movement's coming from your shoulder. So the first stage, you're not moving from your hands. First stage, shoulders initiate this movement. And then you can kind of feel mechanically how the movement pattern, it's pumping your lungs. This is helping you to breathe and inhale.